What's going on, ladies? Welcome back to another episode of the LadyStrong Fitcast. Today, I'm going to be breaking down 5 reasons why you are seeing a plateau in your progress and the 5 solutions to fix them.
So the big question is this: how were 2 women who didn't cheat and purchase a gym franchise model, how were they able to spread their mission and purpose by empowering and transforming hundreds of women's lives through fitness, nutrition, mindset, and accountability with a micro gym business model of women only? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. We are LadyStrong Fitness.
All right, ladies, so it is just me today on the podcast, and I have a handy dandy list of the 5 reasons why you are plateauing in your process. So we are going to break them down one by one, the 5 reasons, and I'm going to give you the 5 solutions on how to fix them. Okay, so let's start off by talking about plateauing. If you started your fitness journey, whether you're new to this or if you're doing this for years, we all sometimes tend to see a plateau in our progress, and this can be happening for a lot of different reasons, okay? So if you started off on your weight loss journey, you got about halfway to your weight loss goal, and you just stopped seeing progress, or if you're looking to build muscle, maybe shed some body fat, again, you started gaining some muscle right at the start of your training, and then you stopped seeing that progress, okay? There are a few different reasons that this is happening, and I'm going to talk you through it and work you through the solutions, okay? So, number one reason why you are plateauing is possibly because you are not doing enough. Okay. And what I mean by not doing enough is you are not putting enough stress on your body. So especially if you are somebody who's been training now for maybe a few months or it's been a few years, your body is now adjusting to the workouts that you are doing. Okay. So, if at first when you started training, the workouts were tough, they were challenging on you, on your cardiovascular system, on your skeletal muscle system, okay, obviously that put enough stress on the body. Now that your body is starting to adjust and these workouts are maybe becoming easier for you, they're not necessarily easier, you may just not be pushing yourself enough or stimulating the body enough or in different ways, okay? So what you need to do, if you feel like this is you, you have to be a little bit more uncomfortable during your workout. So if you're lifting weights, and you're like, ooh, it really starts to burn after 4 or 5 reps, do not give up, okay? If you're doing a cardio day and you're starting to really breathe heavier, that heart rate's really starting to give up, do not give up. Let yourself be uncomfortable. That's where we're going to start to see the progress. Okay, so that's one part of the solution. The second part of the solution would be to speak with your coaches, right? Ask them to push you more, and have them hold you accountable, but also hold yourself accountable to that, because we as coaches, we're not in your head. So we don't realistically know maybe how hard you're pushing yourself. Number 2, what we love as coaches is when you ladies have your heart rate monitors on, because we know how hard you are pushing yourself. Because if you're not wearing one, then it's really hard for us to tell, like we can't gauge where you're at as far as our system goes. You guys have all seen the heart rate monitors on the screen. Is she in the yellow right now? Is she getting her heart rate up into the orange, more that 80 to 90% range? Or is she really, really pushing yourself to that 90 to 100% and getting into that uncomfortable area, right? So that is another solution that you can help us out. So when I say you are not doing enough, it's not simply the volume. So it's not like you're not working out enough. It could just be the intensity of your workouts. Okay, so that is number 1, and that is your solution. Number 2, your workouts are repetitive or stale, you could say. Now, the good thing about this is that LadyStrong Fitness has arguably the best workouts, in my opinion, ever that you can find out there. One, because we incorporate all aspects, body weight, strength, and cardio, and you're always going to be doing new things, different exercises, working different muscle groups. All of our exercises, all of our workouts are full body, right? So when I say that your workouts could be too repetitive or stale, is that you are finding yourself coming on the same days. And I know Brittany just talked about this in the Facebook group on Friday. So if you want to go back and watch her video, maybe you're just doing the same things too much. Maybe you're only going to strength days because strength days are your favorite. Maybe you love cardio and you not really a big fan of weightlifting, and you're lifting light weights when you need to and just really focusing on that cardio. The idea and the reason why we have our workout structured how we do is because you need everything. And that's why our workouts aren't the same each week. Monday is not always strength. Tuesday is not always body weight, right? Every single day, so that you guys are getting a little bit of all the things that you need. Again, going back to the first point that I made, you have to stress and stimulate your body in different ways. If your body is constantly in like homeostasis, or it's fully adapted, there's no stress, your body is not put under enough stress to have to fight back into that homeostasis. So we must stimulate our bodies in different ways in order to burn lots of calories, right? And not just adjusting. We don't want our bodies just be adjusted. Again, we have to get to that uncomfortable position. So the solution obviously is to come to all different days that we offer at LadyStrong. No matter what, if it's a strength day, body weight, or cardio, there is a reason and a structure and a purpose to why we have all three and we structure them the way they do. So make sure you are coming to see us all days, not just on your favorite days. All right. Let's talk about number 3. Number 3 would just simply be you are not consistent enough. Okay. And this could be with all things, but let's talk about the workouts first. You're not consistent enough with your workouts. Say you come in consistently for 4 to 6 weeks, and then something comes up and I don't see you for 2 weeks. You take a couple weeks off, turns into a month. Oh, then you're getting back into it and you're kind of on this roller coaster ride of training. Okay. You must be consistent with your workouts at all times. Okay. You must be disciplined also, is the word that I'm going to use. And that is going to help like that plateau. Like you'll start again to see some progress. And then once you stop training for a couple weeks, it all kind of goes away, right? So we have to make sure that we are not skipping classes. We're not canceling our classes. They're there. Those classes can hold you accountable, right? That late fee will also hold you accountable. So if you, solution number 1, book your classes out for the month and make those days, that 1 hour out of the day a priority for yourself. I promise it'll help you stay more consistent to it. Okay. And then I'm going to challenge you. If you do book your classes out for a month, maybe 2 months, do not cancel a single one unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay. I say this all the time, but the hardest part about going to the gym is getting there. Once you are there, once you start that warm up, you get zoned in, you're a little bit more focused, your body starts moving, working out those aches, pains, right? So the hardest part is getting there. So get there, hold yourself accountable to that, and us coaches, everybody around you will help you take it through the rest. Okay. So, consistency is a huge one. Okay. Also, along with that, building muscle is a slow process. It takes a lot of time. It's not going to happen in just a couple weeks or just a couple months. If you want to build muscle, which will help increase that metabolism and help you burn fat, right? You guys have heard this before. It takes time. It's not going to happen in 2 months, maybe even 3 months. It's going to take consistency with your workouts and your diet. And that brings me into my next one. Number 4, your diet isn't productive. Okay. Now I want to talk about this one a little bit because we all know diet is a huge part of your fitness, about weight loss, about muscle gain. So let's talk about it a little bit. What I mean by your diet isn't productive, it could just be because it is not the right diet for you. Okay, so for example, a lot of people track their calories, which is great, which is fine. If you have done an in-body scan recently and you know your BMR, you know the minimal amount of calories you should be hitting each day, that's great. However, again, if we start to see ourselves plateau by counting our calories and you're saying, well, Emily, I eat this amount of calories every day, I'm burning this amount of calories every day, what's going on? Okay, my next question to you would be like, okay, where are your macros at? Let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Are you eating adequate protein? Because that's a huge part of it. That's a huge part of holding on to your muscle, okay? Because your muscle takes a lot of calories and protein to stay on your body, okay? And then let's break down where your carbs, where your fats are. If those three things you are unsure of, if you are constantly stuck on counting calories, it's time to switch things up. Okay, it's time to break down the macros, because that's going to be what's kind of controlling your muscle mass and your body fat. Okay, so that leads me into the solution. Okay, one, it's either time to just start tracking calories and macros if you've never done it before. If you're stalling out and you've just relied on your workouts until now for weight loss, it's time to start diving a little bit deeper into your nutrition and counting calories or macros, okay? If you are somebody who's been counting calories up until now, we need to dive into your macros, and that is where the macro shred masterclass is going to be awesome, okay? I talked about it, or we went a little bit over it in the last week's podcast, but this week, in just a couple weeks, really, March 6th is day one of our macro master shred class. Brittany and Coach Zai are going to teach you all about macros, how to track them, what your macros should look like, and then it's all you from there. But again, if that's something you're just not aware of, no worries, okay? We'll take care of you. That is something that would be huge. So take the opportunities that we're giving you at LSF, all the information, all the coaches available to you to learn these things. That way it will help you out further on your journey, okay? Let's talk about the last and final reason why you are plateauing. So number 5, okay? You are not getting adequate sleep. Now, I left this one for the last and final reason because I want to talk about it a little bit. Okay, so sleeping, if you're not getting adequate sleep, it could be really, really hurting your progress in the gym. Okay, and it sounds crazy because I feel like we put so much pressure on our workouts and our nutrition as a way to get more fit, okay? But sometimes it is just as simple as getting enough sleep, okay? Let me break it down for you a little bit more. For example, if you're trying to get stronger, if you're trying to gain muscle, which we all should be, muscle is really, really great for the body. It's gonna, again, build up your metabolism and help you burn body fat. So if we're trying to build muscle, but we are not getting the adequate recovery time, okay, for those muscles to recover during our sleep, because that's when our body fully shuts down and turns off. That's when we get into a true resting recovery period. If we are not getting there, okay, your body is not going to hold on to your muscle. It is just not. Muscle takes a lot of work to stay on your body. Again, like I mentioned before, it takes a lot of calories, it takes a lot of proteins, and your body just has to work harder when it has a lot of muscle, okay, rather than if it just has a lot of fat. So your body needs that time to recover your muscles. Otherwise, it's not going to want to hold on to them. If it's not getting the proper recovery, say goodbye to your muscle and say hello to body fat. I'm just being honest, okay? Because body fat, one, it's like like an insurance. Like that body fat is gonna hold on to, obviously, fat stores in your body. And it's because we hold on to fat for later use, right? If there's stress or if we're hungry. So your body will hold on to more fat if you are not getting enough sleep, because it's too much work to hold on to all that muscle in your body. So you have to take care of it. Please, 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 you have to take care of it. So that is another reason why you could be plateauing. Also, I do want to point out, just because maybe you aren't exhausted or tired doesn't mean you don't need the sleep. You should be getting 7 to 10 hours of sleep a night for your body to fully recover. Okay, so just because you don't wake up exhausted or you're not fully dead tired by the end of the night doesn't mean you don't need the sleep. Okay, so make sure you are taking care of that and prioritize it. That is the solution, is prioritizing your sleep. And I know that we all have, there's jobs and there's kids and there's early mornings. Sometimes we wake up early to go work out, right? Because we prioritize the training aspect of our fitness so much. But sometimes the sleep is more important than we even realize. So that's going to be the solution. One, prioritize your sleep. And also, we have a supplement in the studio. Our sleep multiplier from Prestige Labs is great as well to optimize your sleep. Okay, so if you are struggling with your sleep, one, it's good. And then two, if you feel like you sleep well, it still optimizes the recovery time during your sleep. So it's a great supplement. So those are the 5 reasons why you are plateauing right now. And overall, I just want to say that if maybe none of these, you still feel like this isn't applying to you, or you want to break down even further, or just in general, you need to start using all the resources available to you at the studio. Okay, we set up how we run LadyStrong so that you guys can be successful as possible, and that there should be no excuses when it comes to your fitness goals. Okay, we have so many things. Obviously, workouts, should be working out consistently. We offer recovery as far as the recovery room, recovery drinks. We are coaches. The knowledge that we have in our head, can always ask us questions and use our brains to your advantage, right? If there's any questions that you have, please ask. Supplements. Obviously, we sell all the supplements. There's a long list of things that can help you optimize your fitness goals. The podcasts that I'm doing, great knowledge to have. We've done so many podcasts on so many different things. So if you do have a question, often us coaches will probably refer you to a podcast, because I've done a lot of these sit-downs before. Marciea has done some, Brittany has done a lot. So there is so much information out there. And then our challenges too, like the masterclass coming up, just daily challenges that we have are great resources. They're going to help educate you and be there to answer all the questions that you have and all the struggles that you have, and whatever you need. So with that said, I'm going to kind of wrap it up. Those are the 5 reasons why you are plateauing with your fitness journey right now. And again, I'm just going to put it out there. You know where to find us in the studio, in the Facebook group page. You can always leave your comments in the group page below. Ask any questions. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you. Okay, if you have any specific questions on anything that you're going through, let us know. But that is all I have for you today, ladies. Thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys soon.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or whatever your favorite place is to listen to podcasts. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.